What's up, guys? I seen what it did. It starts and then it restarts. We missed the first few sentences of last week. What's up, guys? It is Pete Moss and
Chris.
Chris is here.
What's up, guys?
Episode 3. We're into our second week. Our first couple episodes had, I'm pretty sure, at least 2,000 views each. Not bad at all. They did a little better on Facebook than on YouTube, but we do them live on YouTube and then we move them over to Facebook. They're longer, so it takes a little while to get them over there, but we do put them on there. Today we have a fun topic we're going to jump right into, and I think most people have. I'm going to be surprised because I think actually a lot of people actually do. It's just the people that think that it's not cool or it's lame. I don't think I think there's less of them than people realize. But and I'm gonna be making a call to get a second opinion. But the debate is, if you like, it's not cool to like the band Nickelback. And we're gonna talk about some other bands too. But we're gonna Nickelback. Like, what is the like? Chris is a musician. He plays music. He knows. Like, is there a stigma if you like Nickelback? It makes you kind of lame.
I mean, I'm a Nickelback fan, and we're going to dive into that here in a minute. But I don't think it makes you lame because, they've had so many hits. They can't be that lame. You know what I mean?
But you've heard that.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
yeah, for sure. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why people seem to hate on Nickelback so much. But we're going to dive into it and find out what people think.
They've got some good songs. So, do you have Alyssa's number in your phone?
Yeah.
We're going to call my daughter Alyssa, because she's always, they think that they're not, Nickelback is not like one of my favorite bands. They're okay. I don't dislike them, but, for some reason they think I really, really like them. They've always made fun of me about it. So Alyssa's going to explain why no one likes Nickelback.
Ready to call her?
Yeah.
All right. See if she answers my call.
Yeah, I told her. I texted her and told her I was fixing to call.
Tilt that just a little. There.
Really?
She's gonna be like, "What's Chris calling me for?"
I told her.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
What you doing?
Working.
You're not working.
I am.
Are you working hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I work smart, not hard, baby girl. I know that. So if you're working smart, that means you're working hard. All right, Alyssa, I need to ask you something.
Okay.
This is going to be kind of weird. Nah, it's nothing like that. How would you feel if I was going to be having a baby? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have to raise that child.
I'm just kidding. Have you lost your mind? Alyssa? No. Alyssa, for years you and your brother have made fun of me because you guys think that I'm a huge Nickelback fan. I like them. They're okay. They're not I wouldn't put them in my top 100 of all time or anything like that. But
there were many nights that I walked in to your room with your office and you would have Nickelback on about 3 a.m. having a good time.
Well, I would listen to a lot of different stuff at 3 a.m. I got caught listening to Zach Brown one time and tried to deny it. And she'd been outside the door for a minute and a half. And she come in after I changed it real quick because she's like, "Dad, what do you listen to?" I was like, "Nothing, I'm trying to find something." She's been out here the whole time. But anyway, so is it not cool to does it make you uncool or is it not cool to like Nickelback?
It's actually so uncool to like Nickelback that it's cool again.
When did it become cool again?
Well, you'll notice that Creed has also had a resurgence.
Ooh.
And I feel like those bands come in single-handedly. They're on the same playlist. Divorced Dad Rock, as we call it.
Ouch.
Divorced Dad Rock? I wouldn't put Creed and
playlist.
Nickelback in the same.
Nickelback is definitely better than Creed.
Creed had a couple
the
good
thing-
songs.
They did. But the thing is,
Yeah, Nickelback's
that
better.
they were. I think people don't like them because they basically, at the time that they came out, I think that their music was good and catchy, but it could have been any band that sang those songs, and they would have been just as good. I don't think there's anything special about Nickelback, other than the lead singer being married to Avril Lavigne.
I didn't know that
where my interest cuts off.
Chris told me that. I actually didn't know that he was married to her and has been for a while, apparently.
They're divorced now, but and welcome to the Divorced Dad Rock playlist. You know,
Man,
like, why is it got to be the divorce? Like, there might be some guys that are still married.
no, I mean, and it's not an offensive thing. There's also divorced mom rock. If you like Pink, you're probably a divorced mother.
Really?
Man, I'm definitely learning some stuff here.
Never thought about that.
So you're saying that whenever I'm ready to go.
But now, if you like Nickelback, you're cool again.
Well, it's almost funny to play it just because everybody laughed at them for so long. It's like funny to play it and belt it because at the end of the day, it is catchy. Okay,
tell the truth. Is there any Nickelback song in particular, especially one that you really actually like the song?
Well, Rockstar pretty much captures the early 2000s in one song. And
well, even now, you can play that song today. Like 78% of the people that's going to hear this really want to be a rock star if they have the chance. And
I think what is cool about Nickelback is because they were so like of the moment when they were popular, that like their music does kind of like encapsulate like a time period. Like it's a song where they're singing about like a world where Playboy bunnies were cool, and that's just not a thing anymore. So
well, that's because Hugh Hefner passed away.
Yeah,
but like just with like the different just like what is it, the social climate, like they don't
like the video for that song,
like Hooters closed down, it's just not the same world as that.
That stuff just goes out of business. There's Twin Peaks or something now, right?
Yeah, but that's been around for a while. It's just like we don't live in a culture where like young guys go do that stuff anymore.
You don't have to go to Hooters. You just look on Instagram.
Exactly.
Got social media shut down Hooters, which I was never really. Their food were never really all that good. Honestly, they'd probably, if they had better food, they'd probably still be open.
They had cheap beer.
I think they have good wings, but I think I did hear that somebody bought them out, and I think they filed for bankruptcy just to do like a revamp of the company, and they're going to come back different. I forget who, John something with an L. What's his name?
How do you know this stuff?
I live on the internet.
I mean, I thought I did, but I don't know none of this stuff.
I do a Hot Topic show every week.
What's the hottest topic this week? But hey, did you touch on the 100 men versus a gorilla? That's one of the biggest.
I think the issue with that comparison is that there's not room for 100 men to be touching a gorilla.
I mean, they're pretty big.
Yeah, but I feel like for 100 people to be touching them, they would have to
be on top of each other.
Yeah, it just that couldn't physically happen. So I think the gorilla would always win, and people would just get hurt in the process.
Well, that just goes back to the way that I said there. Everybody's got to jump on the gorilla at one time, and there's going to be those handful of people that get hurt.
Really? Yeah, somebody's going to get hurt.
For sure. Like if you let me pick the three men, Happy will beat three men by himself, and Happy's actually almost 13 pounds now. He outweighs Boo by like 1.5 pounds. He's big. Mm-hmm. He's a big boy. All right, so
but now they did a documentary on Nickelback and how people hate them.
That documentary don't count. But
you know who else people hate?
Who?
Styx.
Really?
People really make fun of people for liking Styx.
Nobody likes Styx.
And that's like the Sailing Away is one of the. I mean that's
keyboard mastery. In that Adam Sandler movie, Big Daddy, when he's talking to that girl and he's like, everybody makes fun of me because I don't like Styx. And she's like, oh my gosh,
no,
me too.
it is as a Styx fan, it's a part of liking them is you have to accept that people think it's funny because they don't get it.
I never knew that, and I like some of their music.
Yeah. You know that one album, the Nickelback, that one album they had.
Let's test some Alyssa before I let you go. Let's test some Alyssa dad knowledge trivia. What Styx song always reminds me of my daughter Alyssa?
Babe.
No, really?
Or Lady. I mean.
No, weirdo.
I don't know. What? I mean, that's their big songs.
Oh my gosh, it's not their best song. What is their best song?
The Best of Times.
There you go.
Oh.
Wow, I thought you knew that.
I mean, that's my favorite song. They're actually this summer.
Like every time I hear that song,
Illusion.
whenever I hear that song, I always think about you. Well, I thought
I hope anybody listens to Styx and thinks of me. It's part of my legacy.
Your legacy. You're not old enough to have a legacy. You have a birthday coming up, though.
Yep.
And Alyssa, you're about to be an auntie.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
It's just like whenever you said you might have a baby, you know, I will love the child, but I'm going to go home at the end of the day. And it'll be cool to have a kid that's not my responsibility, that I can care about.
I'm trying to get them to come down and come live with me. Went the first 2 years.
Oh my God.
So I got stuff to teach them, Alyssa.
Yeah.
I mean, what you gonna teach them, man? You know, I know you're a sports guy, so you know.
No, I gotta teach them about life, man. It's a crazy world we live in. I gotta, you know.
You'll have to be like that. Meet the Flocker's dad with the rubber boob.
I'm trying to get Ty. I ordered one for Ty.
We should teach him sign language.
They
can learn that before they can speak.
I ordered one for Ty. One of those boobs that he can wear. I didn't know what size. I got like one of the bigger ones. So, but it should be here anytime. And he's gonna wear it too, because the baby needs nurtured. But yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Does everybody know what you're wanting the grandbaby to call you? Have you told anybody yet?
Everybody knows.
No one's gonna call him that.
What is it, Alyssa?
I don't even want to say it on the air.
Say it, Alyssa. Accept it. Acceptance is half the battle.
That is Paw.
Whatever. No, Big Daddy. Eve calls me Big Daddy every time I talk to her or see her.
She's gonna have to stop.
No, she's like, hey, Big Daddy. It flows. It's natural.
I know Ty was like, I absolutely will not call you that.
I want Tyler to slip up and 2 or 3 years ago. You want to go to Big Daddy's house? I want Tyler to call me Big Daddy, even.
That'll be the day.
When he's referring to me in the grandfather role.
You better be careful. You've got karma for naming Squill that, and there might be a new name that pops up that you don't have control over.
Squall's name fits him so perfectly. Like, have you ever seen a better nickname? Like that was a pure moment of genius. That day I thought of that. I remember the day, and I said, and you will be known as Squall from here on out. And the listeners don't even know what his real name is.
She said Squill, or what'd you call him a second ago?
Squilliam or whatever.
Well, I call him Squilliam for his longer form, Squilliam.
Yeah. I like Squalter. That's a good one.
Yeah.
We can go on and on with the names for him. That's hilarious.
Well, we might have to do an episode just dedicated to naming squalls. But okay, so you're back to liking Nickelback, so you're cool. I don't know what happened to my Nickelback T-shirt.
I have to get you one.
You guys they got me one for Christmas one year, but I can't find it.
Because of those 3 a.m. mornings, they come in there and you're rocking out to some Nickelback.
I don't know. Somebody probably stole it. Honestly, it was like, yo, that's a Nickelback shirt. Let me get that.
Yeah.
Don't tell him. Alyssa probably took it when she was watching the Monkeys and she was wearing it or something. Like she put it on to sleep in or something, and then she just wore it home, and now she has it. That's what happened to it. All right. Well, listen, we all want to be big rock stars, so I got to get on with this. So it's okay to like Nickelback.
Okay.
All right. Like I said, they're not one of like. I don't like them as much as you guys think I do, but they're okay. They're not terrible.
I'm a huge fan. Nickelback is for awesome rock and roll band. Nickelback is where it's at. It was either like their first or second album, the one that's got all the good songs on it. I think one of them was Animals. Wasn't that one of their songs?
Yeah.
Awesome song. I remember rocking out to that stuff so hard, and if I hear it right now, I'm gonna turn it up and I'm gonna jam hard, and and I will laugh right along with everybody, because even the people that hate Nickelback, I guarantee you they know the words to their songs.
Yep, some of them for sure.
Yeah, they got some radio play and stuff. So, all right. Go Nickelback. All right. Thanks for the millennial input.
No worries. I think I'm the first year of Gen Z.
And you do what kind of culture? What'd you call it?
It's pop culture.
Pop, because that's what you. Yeah, but you called it something else a while ago.
Hot topics.
Yeah, hot topics. What is the name of your podcast and stuff? I know I should know, but I don't.
Glitter Gel Pen.
That's why I don't know.
Hey,
Glitter Gel Pen.
It immediately tells you who our demographic is.
Don't tell me much at all, really. I don't know.
It's not supposed to mean anything to you, but the girls that get it. The girls and the gays, that's who we go for.
All right, so somebody, Glitter Gel Pen, go check it out. You guys do it once a week, right?
Yep, every Monday.
On Mondays, Glitter Gel Pen. All right. I'm going to see if some people leave some comments and want you to come and hang out with us for a live, actually do it with us. Or if you have your people reach out to my people if you want to negotiate me coming on yours.
Okay.
All right, love you.
All right, love you. Bye.
Bye. All right, so
there we have it.
That's so weird that it used to not be. It don't work like that. So there's not really. I don't know of any other bands kind of so much like Nickelback but like we were talking about, like a Kiss is a rock band from, like, everybody knows who Kiss is. Man, I don't respect none of Kiss's music. I don't think they have any real. I don't think there's no real talent there. I think it's all just a gimmick.
Man,
it's gimmicky. Like Gene Simmons is not that good of a bass player. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Which one was there? Peter Criss, was he the guitar player?
No, Paul Stanley.
Paul Stanley, yeah. Really? Come on.
I don't think he can hear out of one of his ears.
John Mayer's better than him.
Man, John Mayer is a great musician, first of all.
I did go hard.
But, man, Kiss, they've been around forever, man. They've got, for their live shows, they're known to be one of the best live bands, arguably ever.
Never seen them live. I've seen a lot. I've seen pretty much everybody from that era, and I did not see Kiss.
They were a party band. They were all about the good time, and on top of that, Gene Simmons, say what you want about him, but, whether it's right or wrong, Gene Simmons was a pimp, man. And his wife was fine with it, but he had a house down the road from his main house where he would go and have fun with his girlfriends. Which, whatever you like, that's besides the point, but that's pimp stuff right there, man. That's
some girl's fault. Ain't that weird looking?
He is weird looking, but man, they were one of the greats.
Him and Ronnie James Dio might have been the same person.
You think so?
They look like a lot. I think
they do look
Except Gene Simmons has got the tongue, but man, if he was using that tongue on them girls, like his tongue is like 8 inches long, whatever. Like you shouldn't be sticking your tongue that far nowhere. Like he probably got herpes on the back of his tongue or something. Like I don't know. I'm not a Kiss fan. The one that really makes me actually laugh is the Rock and Roll All Night, Party Every Day.
Oh yeah.
When they're doing that song, and maybe you've never, but when I'm about to point something out doing that song, you go, man, you're actually right. I think so. Somewhere a song, the one dude singing, and he goes, "You show us everything you got." No, no, the one dude's like, "We rock and roll all night," and then he goes, "Peter." To that, and then he goes, "You show us everything." Man, that don't sound real manly. I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna use the word that I think what it sounds like, but it's on the other side of the fence. Think about it. You know the song. Remember how when he goes, "Peter," and he goes, "You show us everything you got." Like, really, dudes? Like, that's kind of like, I don't know, man.
You got. It's all about the time frame, though. You know that time frame, that was sexy stuff back then. Just like them wearing those tight pants and the span.
Man, like, well, I was probably like 6 or 7 when Kiss come out. I'm guessing it was like right 79, 80.
Yeah, that's
so
probably
yeah.
right.
So I was 7, 6, 7, 8. Even then, I didn't like them because I grew. I was like we had the Ball of the Bob Seger and the Led Zeppelin albums and like all the albums. Like I was exposed to that music and like man, at 5 years old, the Bob Seger Live Bullet, I still know every song on that album word for word. If it was like a couple $1 million on singing it word for word, I could do the same performance that Bob Seger does. Not miss a beat.
But we are going to break out the guitar. Maybe not today.
I know those songs, but I never, even when I was a kid, I didn't like Kiss. I was like, why do they have all this makeup and stuff on? Like, are they supposed to be scary? Like, I don't know.
That was like you said, they're gimmicky, and that was their gimmick, And the people that love them, there's nobody better, Like I said, I know that they're good live because I had a guy give me some sheet music, some tab music to learn how to play guitar, and he told me, he was like, "Man, watch them play live," and he was like, "Just take the sheet music and just try to play their stuff," and they're good, dude.
With gimmicky, it just made me think of something. And it's so gimmicky, and I dislike it so much that I will only spend just a minute or so less talking about it. Was when Iron Maiden would play and Eddie would come out on stage and all those dumb teenagers with their Led Zeppelin blue jean jackets with Led Zeppelin written with a black marker on the back of it and stuff. They'd lose their mind. Like and like all my friends and stuff like that. And hey guys, but I never Iron Maiden had like one good song that I can remember. I think, and I went into that, but that was. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember that. They had this robot. I'd probably like what Jake Paul got, something like that. That would like come out on the stage in Mill Show, and his name was Eddie.
What? For real?
Yeah, an Iron Maiden show. That was like part of what you went to see Eddie come out on stage during the show.
I've never.
As a robot.
I've never heard of that. I'm not a huge Iron Maiden fan. So,
yeah.
But I mean, they're another band that they have that cult following, man. Whoever the people that like them, they absolutely love them. So.
Oh yeah, they had. I remember some people I went to high school and stuff with. They had the posters and they were into it.
Oh, dude, I'm a Fish fan, and everybody knows that I'm a huge Fish fan. Seen them like 30 times, and I buy posters every.
That's kind of some hippie stuff to me.
It is, but.
And I don't have nothing against hippies. Like, hippies are cool people. Actually, hippies are probably the nicest people you'll ever be around. They'll offer stuff to you. Half of what they got or some of what they got. Like, for real, I've met people all over the United States. I've never left the United States, but I've been all over this country. I've met hippies in a lot of different places. Mm-hmm. Hippies are probably the nicest people. They're not the most hygienical people. So if hygienical is a word, they were like, I know I went to a true hippie combine one time. Me and Boo was with me.
Like a rainbow thing.
No, man, they all lived in. There was a fenced-in area, and they had there was like an old brick building, and they made like 3 apartments, and there was like a couple tiny houses and a couple sheds, like on the Trailer Park Boys, and a camper, and like a camper that would go in the bed of a truck with like some wood, it was a hippie combine, man, hippies. Yeah. So but it had a big fence around it, and
that's definitely a combine.
Yeah, it was legit, and I was with some friends and we went there, and I had Boo with me, and of course all the hippies come out, and like I said, man, everybody was so nice. and like a few of them took pictures and stuff, but they were like a lot of people just, they were like, hey, do you mind if we take like?
Oh yeah.
And so we did a few pictures and hung out and talked to everybody. They they was asking about they don't see they were kind of. They're hippies. They thought, whoa, man, you got a monkey. They thought that was the coolest thing since Janis Joplin.
I bet so.
Yeah. So, but man, no offense to them hippies, but there was like probably 19 or 20 people. I didn't know there were 15 different essences of body odor. I almost want to like be like it was A to Z, like something from ass to zebra ass, like and everything in between. Like no offense towards it, like damn, y'all need to wash. Like I know they had running water out there,
but now, did they? I mean,
yeah. They had like a couple outside like showers set up and stuff, and I was like, well,
hey,
but
teach us all, I guess.
Yeah, not everybody can say they've been to a real hippie, but like I said, not super nice people. Hippies, like if you're ever stranded on the side of the road and out in the middle of nowhere and some cars are going by, if some hippies pass by, they're going to be ones that stop and help you.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. I completely agree with that. I am very hippie-ish myself. My late wife also was very hippie-ish, and we took a long road trip to California. We were out there on the coast driving up, and anyways, one of the places that we stopped, there was a young couple that was out there camping, and the boy, something happened to his leg. It wasn't a shark attack or anything like that, but something happened. And sure as the world, they made their way over to us. Hey, do you have, Band-Aid? And, do you have some oil that we can cook with and stuff? And, take it, whatever you guys need.
Yeah, man, y'all are hipsters. You're a hipster.
I am not a hipster.
Yes, you're a hipster. Like if you come over wearing some glasses that you didn't need just because of the frames, that you like the frames or something, like not your sunglasses, like just some regular glasses
with no lenses.
Well, with these clear lenses, like that wouldn't surprise me at all. When was the last time you had Starbucks?
It's been a while for me for Starbucks. Now I am a Starbucks fan, but it's been a while. I don't drink as much coffee as I used to. You have been to a Starbucks since last time I have.
Man, I've been to Starbucks at least 2 to 3 times a week. I've been to drive-through. Like every time I go play ball, Tina always stops at Starbucks. But I never get anything. Like once or twice, I get a venti, which means large. If you didn't know that, tea, sweet, like a sweet with sweetener in it, 6 pumps or whatever it is.
Here's what I'll say about Starbucks: their coffee's okay. What's the deal with all of those kids in there that work there in the middle of the summertime wearing the beanies on their heads? The toboggan, whatever you want to call them. I'm from the South. It's a beanie.
I don't know.
I don't know either, man. I was curious though. What's up with that?
Like
anybody, y'all know?
I don't pay attention. Actually, I don't go to Starbucks. I don't know how to order from there or anything.
Well, another thing, you talk about getting the sweet tea from there. I don't even think Starbucks sells actual sweet tea. You have to get like a green tea or something like that, don't you?
It's black tea.
Yeah, see, hipster.
Man, like that's where she wants to go.
What do you guys think? If he's going over there getting a black tea, even if it's got sugar in it, does that make him a hipster? Not including his age. We're just talking about.
They know what I'm ordering is basically I want as close to a southern sweet tea as you guys can make with what you got. Make me that.
Yeah, well,
they know, man. It's just, man. There's some people that work there. They might be baristas but they drink sweet tea at home. They know
a
barista, whatever they are. That's like you're not. You work at coffee. You work at Starbucks. Like why is it gotta have that fancy name on it?
But that's a specialty job. Working over there, everybody can't make according to them, everybody can't make a latte.
Man, I've never made a latte, but I guarantee you, if I went to work at 9 by 9:30, I could throw a lot of lattes out there for you.
You're probably right.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
It just can't be. I don't know nobody that works at Starbucks to get mad at me, but.
Oh, I mean, no harm to the Starbucks.
No, they get good tips and stuff, but they take that stuff kind of serious, I guess.
Oh, they do. And they're the nicest, again, like hippies. They're the nicest people in the world at Starbucks. You go there and they're all, hey, what can we get started for you today? They're all extra pumped up and stuff.
Chick-fil-A is like that, too.
Chick-fil-A, they love you over there. They love you.
McDonald's, they wish you wouldn't even have came.
Hey, you go to the McDonald's where I'm from in Orangeburg, South Carolina, and they have been caught selling weed in the drive-thru over there.
Oh my gosh.
They have.
Like, if you go to McDonald's, like, you almost want to be like, hey, my bad for stopping right now, but I wasn't going to have a chance to after a while, so I went ahead and did it now. I know you probably didn't want me to, so I just didn't want you to be mad at me. You kind of want to tell them that up front. My bad. I wasn't going to be able to later. I had to now. That's the only reason, or I wouldn't have bothered you.
McDonald's, you can go there and just go to the drive-thru and just go give them $10 and just be like, look, just give me whatever you got in there because I know you're going to mess the order up anyways. That's a typical McDonald's, which I haven't been to McDonald's in probably like 10 years. Maybe it's changed.
I actually seen something on the news this morning earlier that McDonald's was complaining, like publicly, I guess, because their profits are down. Like, isn't it like for a Big Mac meal, if you go large with it, it's about $15, right?
Probably.
Man, you can go to, who is it, Applebee's or somebody. Man, you can feed like two people. You get an appetizer and two burgers for like $20 or $22 or something.
No, I ain't trying to hate on Chili's or anything like that, but I just ate there the other day. I had a $25 gift card. I had a salad and a sweet tea with some chicken on the salad, and it took every bit of the $25 plus extra money for a tip. It was expensive over there, man.
Oh, yeah. Chili's been there a long time where it's at down there.
They have.
That's a staple. It's been there that long. Huh?
Yeah, another staple of it, you go there and order something. I have went there before, and I'm only going to bash on it for just a second. But I've been there before and ordered a steak, which I shouldn't have done from Chili's. And you could look at the plate and tell they put it in the microwave. I mean, steak juice had popped up all over the plate. They didn't even think about cleaning it off or anything.
A nuke steak.
Oh, yeah, it tasted like rubber. It was horrible. But anyways,
yeah,
go to Chili's and get you some food.
baby back. Maybe you just got some ribs.
That's true.
And another, I went through that phase when I was a teenager. Like, they were cool and we listened to them. But I know you and anybody, probably a lot of older people are going to strongly disagree. We're just going to agree to disagree. Maybe I'll change somebody's mind with what I feel about. But I think Pink Floyd is kind of, that's a very gimmicky band, man.
Oh, God.
Like, what is that, rock opera?
Pete.
Is that what you would call that?
No, I'm pretty sure that they're psychedelic rock.
Did they inspire the Rocky Horror Picture Show, or was the Rocky Horror Picture Show inspired by Pink Floyd? Because isn't there some correlation or connection?
Well, let me go ahead and say this, and this might just show my age for being younger than you. I've never seen all of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I hadn't either. Oh, when I found out my mom and dad went, you better know. I let Grayson know. I was like, you went to a Rocky Horror Picture Show? I was like, what'd you dress up like? He's like, I really dressed up. We was going to watch. I was like, nah, man. I said, is he throwing rice? Don't they throw rice or something up in there?
I have no idea.
The Rocky Horror? Yeah, dude.
Again, a cult following, man. The people that like it, they absolutely love it.
I didn't know until recently, or maybe I did and had forgot. It got lost in my database, but Meatloaf was part of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Was he really?
Yeah. I don't know what. I always associated that with something like even way beyond the Village People. So, like, I was never interested in it. I remember it being around. I remember, like, they were like, oh, Friday night, midnight, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
I don't know, but people would dress up in tights, and it was kind of, like, it was weird. I mean, I actually, in today's culture, I'm surprised it's not insanely popular again.
I am too, actually.
From what I think when I think of Rocky Horror Picture Show, like, like I see them people on TikTok all the time. Just saying, like, I don't mean it, like, I do battles with them. I'm friends with some of them.
Well, to go back, I can't let you bash Pink Floyd like that. Pink Floyd is they have got to be one of the greatest rock and roll bands ever.
Okay, like, one of their great songs is Comfortably Numb. Man, like, you don't need to be getting comfortably numb and really listen to that song like you're supposed to. Because you're supposed to be comfortably numb, which would be probably under the influence of something. And you don't need to listen to that much. You don't need to get like that all the time. You got responsibilities and stuff.
I mean, they do. They do.
Their best song is Learning to Fly. That's the best song
God,
they ever did.
Pete, no.
Yes.
No,
absolutely. That's their best song.
You are wrong about that.
Into the distance. That's a good song. That is a good song. I can listen to that.
It's a great song. I'll give it to you there. Their best song is, it probably is Comfortably Numb. It's either that one or maybe like Wish You Were Here or something. But man, first of all, that's only 4 guys that's in that band. And dude, it doesn't get much better than that. David Gilmour, he is arguably one of the greatest guitar players for his style of music. You know,
Slow.
Slow? Is that what you said? Slow?
Style.
Yeah, it is slow. I have to agree with you there. It's drug music. It really is. Excuse me. And but dude, he's definitely one of the greatest guitar players, and he does easy stuff. You know, he does what's called he plays a lot of pentatonic scales, which is like the easy stuff for guitar
like
players.
devil scales to me.
I mean, it could be.
But like, is lyrics to a song really? If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? What the hell does that mean, man?
But you know it.
Well, yeah, because I've heard it 5,000 times.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, you may not like it, but you know it.
I seen something where they quoted it on somewhere it got quoted the other day. They used that, but I don't know. I'm like I said, I only got to see 2 songs though. I got to see the Learn to Fly tour, Pink Floyd, at Citrus Bowl in Orlando, and man, I grew up in Florida. I've seen some tropical storms, I've seen some rain.
Yeah.
Like James, I've seen far and I've seen rain. I have seen it rain. That's the hardest I've ever seen it rain in my life. Like 2 songs, man, the rain was physically beating us down. I tapped out. And there was the people that were tripping at the Pink Floyd concert, man, it was 60,000 people at Citrus Bowl for that. And it was a tropical storm was moving across Central Florida. Bro, it was rain. It wasn't, the wind and stuff wasn't too bad. They even had I seen it, they were getting ready to do the big pig as we were leaving. And I was like, yeah, that thing is soaking away. It's going to fall, man. That's dangerous. And then people underneath just oh my gosh, man. They I don't know. And after that, I just kind of quit listening to Pink Floyd.
Man, I'll get back on Pink Floyd. So this is a Fish story. We saw him in Wilmington a couple of years ago. You know, my buddies, my group of people, your son and Eve was there for this in particular show, and this is it. This is in Wilmington at one of their little small outdoor amphitheaters out there. It's really small, especially for Fish. They sold it out 2 nights. But anyways, first night was great. Had a good time. The second night, they got about halfway through, and man, it started the monsoon. It was coming down, lightning. I mean, it was crazy.
Sounds like a blast.
Oh, it really was a great time. But walking, so where that venue is, it's right next to the river. So, you know, all the streets, they go down towards the river down there. Dude, there was so much water whenever we were walking back from the show. I mean, there were spots where we were in knee-deep water walking out there. That was the worst rainstorm and concert that I've ever been a part of. And that was one of the best times that I've had at a concert, even though it got cut short. That was good stuff. But
would it be bad if I was sitting up in one of the rooms I'd probably be over on the ocean side or maybe facing the river, but I could still see y'all, and I was like, look at all those people walking in that water. And if I was in there nice and dry, would that be messed up?
No, because where that venue's at over there, they built apartments over there, townhomes or whatever it is, and you know they could sit right there on their patios and watch the concert. And I'm sure that there was a bunch of people out there talking about, look at those idiots out there, like somebody's gonna get killed by the lightning. I mean, dude, lightning hit the stage a few times. The drummer, Fishman. So the singer had got told many times, about 10 times, he's like, you know, you got to stop. And he finally came over the microphone and he's like, all right, everybody, you know, just for the record, they're making me stop. I don't want to stop. So the drummer is in the back and man, you can see he's playing still. Everybody else had stopped and you can see the water splashing up off of his drums. And he's all, yeah, everybody, it quit raining. It's not raining at all. Dude, it's pouring even harder. And he said, he comes over to the microphone and he was like, Taylor Swift wouldn't stop playing. Because, you know, she's played in the rain out there.
Yeah.
They did.
I think I wouldn't go see Taylor Swift, but she must really put on a good show. Because, that tour, man, that's pretty. Did she not break, all the tour records?
Yeah, she did.
I don't like her music, but I recognize like that's what I think a lot of people. It made it not cool to like say it wasn't cool for like Nickelback because maybe I guess because they went mainstream. Like man, then you don't like Michael Jackson or you don't like if you like hair music, you don't like Motley Crue or Poison or you don't like Led Zeppelin, you don't like the Beatles. Like there's a certain like
Led Zeppelin.
overrated, most overrated band ever.
Why? Why?
Okay, first off, did I demonstrate to you that they stole Stairway to Heaven?
Oh yeah,
Did I at least raise some? There's a band called something. They had a song called Taurus.
yeah. Or was it the band Taurus?
It might have been the band Taurus or something. Like he looked it up and we listened to it, and he was like, I was like, no, is that not the riff to Stairway to Heaven? Is that what you got?
Oh yeah, it was.
Like there is some question there. I don't know. Robert Plant.
It's by a group called Spirit. The name of the song is Taurus. Y'all go look it up because that is the Led Zeppelin definitely ripped that song off from those people.
And I think they recorded that before Stairway to Heaven was recorded.
I'm pretty
and
sure
they were hanging out together at the time.
Yeah, and I'm a Zeppelin fan. They're not my favorite, but I am a fan. Unlike Pete.
Now, for a long time, man, Stairway to Heaven's a good song, whatever. I know it's one of the all-time top rock songs, but I wouldn't listen to it. But about 2 years ago, I was listening, I think it was I don't know if it was Joey Diaz's podcast or if he was on somebody else's podcast, but it was Joey Diaz, and he was like, dog, you don't listen to Zeppelin, you got, and he was telling his story in his Joey Diaz voice, and the way he was explaining Led Zeppelin and like a part of the second after it really gets up and going, the song. And he kind of described that, and I was like, and he described what he was doing before, how he got there, to that mental. And I was like, all right, Uncle Joey, let me, even after all these years. And I was like, you know what? He's kind of right. I even told my friend Kenny because I've been for years, even all the way back in high school, my friends would play guitar and. I was like, Led Zeppelin, even then I was like, Eddie Van Halen's better than Led Zeppelin will ever be.
Yeah.
But, but Robert Plant disgusts me.
Oh, there we are. Boom. Okay. But yeah, so you're not a Zeppelin fan, like
Robert Plant, like he sounds like a woman making love a lot of times, and like his and there's so many songs where he makes those sounds like, dude, like what are you doing, man? And I guess maybe back in then the girls liked it or something, but it really grosses me out.
Yeah. I can feel you on that a little bit, but I think it was a time frame for him whenever they were popular, doing things like that, and the way that he moved and thrusted his pelvis and stuff. I guess that at that time frame, it was. I'm sure it was all for the girls. It's not for you.
What did he do?
Man, he was thrusting his pelvis at you.
No, it wasn't thrusting me. I'm going to tell you right now. Nah, man. Nah. But the fact, and I just want to see if you would say it again, that he was thrusting his pelvis. Like the fact that if he was thrusting his pelvis and you was right there, like it didn't bother you a little bit.
Well, you may not like thrusting pelvises, and nor do I. It's not my cup of tea. But any women that are listening, especially if they're in that age group at all,
they didn't see him do that.
Man, they will tell you that they probably love Robert Plant, especially when he was in his 20s.
Nah.
It's a little bit, they were popular when you were young, but that was still before your time. Zeppelin, I think, has been around since what? Were they around in the 60s?
Here you go, Led Zeppelin fans. When they, and I might not be able to mess with it after this trial starts, whether they're picking a jury today, but the Come With Me, I think it is.
Okay.
When Diddy took that song and remixed it, it's 20 times better than the original.
Oh, man.
20 times better. That beat is so much, like, that's like a walkout to, if you was going to go box Jake Paul, that's like the one that you could walk out to that song. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
Oh man, walking out for a fight, there's nothing better than Eye of the Tiger. I don't care what anybody says.
Man, that's come on, man.
Man, if you want to get pumped up and you're gonna work out or go fight, you're telling me that if you're playing Eye of the Tiger, you're not gonna get pumped up?
No.
Man, come on now. I'll get up.
Man,
I'll get up. And start.
I am not 12 at the Rocky movie.
Yeah.
No, Eye of the Tiger is not getting me. It's gonna no. I've seen Survivor in concert. Eye of the Tiger's overrated, bro.
Oh man,
I've seen it live twice actually.
come on, dude. The Real Men of Genius commercials. That's the same singer.
Is that the dude from Survivor?
Yeah.
No, I like those commercials.
Oh, they're awesome, dude. There's a whole bunch of them out there too.
Oh, yeah.
I wish they kept doing them, man. They could have went on forever. The best one was Mr. T-shirt launcher inventor.
Yeah.
That was a good one,
The
man.
fantasy football player dude was pretty funny.
I love those things, but that's who that was, though. That was the Survivor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Geico has the best commercials over the last 10 years.
Yeah, the caveman.
Man, they got the caveman, the gecko, the dude that'll... Man, one of the funniest ones is the Geico commercial where the dude he walks out and he kind of looks like Vince McMahon a little bit. And he'll be like, can switching to Geico save you 15% or more? And he's like, is Abe Lincoln honest? And it shows like a black and white of Abe Lincoln and his wife's big, real big around. And she's like, does this dress make me look big? And he's like, Abe Lincoln saying that he's all like, he's like, perhaps. That's what, and the Mayhem dude's pretty funny. That's Allstate.
Yeah, and I like the Mayhem.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
The best, I think, is when he's up under the seat. Bzz, bzz, on your phone.
Yeah. I love the end of those commercials when the wreck happens and he takes off running and the people's chasing him. That's the best, man.
Yeah, my girlfriend absolutely hates that. She like he does like he really like I know she don't think that, but in her mind, which like I guess the scenario is that he of the commercials, like she just don't like him. She's like, I don't like this commercial. I don't like him.
Mayhem.
Like one of the best is when he's hanging on the side of that SUV. I'm your blind spot. And that woman looks at him, he's like, you're good. The car's spinning around, he's just hanging on the side.
That guy's awesome, dude. Those are good commercials.
Mayhem is good. But yeah, Geico the Caveman was always good. The last one of the last ones with the lizard, with the Geico I seen, where he's eating some kind of chips and dudes are laughing, he's like, it's hot. He's like, no, seriously, it's really hot. My lips are burning. Like, it's not crazy funny like some, but just the way he says it, like, because I can't eat hot stuff. Like, that's like, I'm like, nah, man, for real, my lips are burning.
It says he was only thrusting for Pete.
No, he was not. That is too much. Yeah, like, he didn't have to do that. Elvis didn't have to do it either. You know, that was...
Now, you can't be hating on Elvis in here at all, man.
No.
Elvis was the man. He had his issues, but, you know, he was the first to get out there and start doing his thrusting. That's why
you know, and it's only been like, the first Elvis song that actually got me to listen to Elvis was Suspicious Minds. And there's another song that I like now. I can't remember what it is. Man, I didn't like Elvis, Chris. Like, all right, so...
That's crazy, man.
No, dude, you gotta understand. I mean, me and my grandpa, my mom's dad, we was tight. Yeah. Super tight. My grandma loved Elvis. And because I was like 6 when Elvis died. And this just tell you what kind of kid I was.
Okay.
Like, I didn't give a shit. So, my grandma, when I was like 2, 3, I remembered it. I remember it. Not as good as I used to be able to, but she'd go, we'll trade your grandpa in for Elvis. I'm like, no. Absolutely not. You can't do that or whatever. I'm like, no. You know, I'd freak me out. Like, and she'd mess with me and tell me that. And she did it a lot. So from the time I could think of anything up until the point when he passed, I didn't like Elvis.
Because your grandma wanted
Elvis could kiss my 6-year-old, 5-year-old ass. I didn't like him. Like, I don't know how it worked out if him and Grandpa threw hands, but like,
Elvis was Southern now. You can't tell me that
so
Elvis
Grandpa, but like, that's my Grandpa. Like, I might have come in with
a baseball bat.
I might have come in from the side. You might not have seen me coming, Elvis. Like, I ain't playing. That's my Grandpa. I didn't like Elvis. And I remember she had a TV or a radio in her kitchen, and I was on the other side. It's like a big kitchen, one of the mill houses down in Cramerton. And I was sitting over in the corner. She had a chair, window unit AC, and I was sitting there in that chair in the corner, and it come on the TV or the radio like, oh, Elvis Presley has died, and I was like, damn. I was like, Elvis dead. Isn't August of '78, I believe. You guys can check that for me. Like,
I thought it was 77.
I think it's '78.
All right.
No, it was '77. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I thought was 77. That's the same year my brother was born.
When did Elvis die?
August 16th, 1977.
Yeah, I knew it was in August. My speaker's on downstairs. But I remember my grandma was standing at the sink. She had a window. I guess she was looking out the window. She was doing dishes or something, and I could tell that she was crying by her.
Oh, because
they announced Elvis had died, and I could tell she was crying. And I just sit over in that chair, just. and I wouldn't say it out loud, but I remember thinking, I was like, "But you don't trade his ass in for my grandpa now." Just and did not, like, I had no compassion for Elvis or any of his fans.
Huh.
Like, I remember seeing it on
That's
TV,
wild.
all the people lined up and stuff. And,
Yeah.
Man, there's that preacher dude in Texas that looks like him. He's the right age.
Oh, yeah.
He's been seen at Graceland at strange times.
Yeah, he looks. I imagine that guy when he was younger, he had to have looked just like him because he looks just like him now. I've seen that picture. I know who you're talking about.
Like recently, this dude's been around.
Yeah.
He's old. I mean, he's old, but he's like a preacher or something.
Yeah, the one he has the Elvis hair, the hairstyle.
He's a preacher in like at a small church in Texas or something.
Yeah.
But, like, do you guys think that's really him? He's been at Graceland. What's that dude doing at Graceland? If he's like,
I mean, it's a tourist place, but it could be. But then again,
or seen like where people aren't supposed to go or something like that.
Yeah. You ever seen any of his concerts on like TV or anything?
Elvis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Elvis, going back to somebody being a pimp, man, Elvis was the man, dude.
Oh,
He would
gosh.
get those girls lined up in front of the stage, and he would mouth kiss every one of them.
Elvis was, yeah.
And I tell you what, man, Elvis was a really good performer, especially for his time frame. And he had the looks, man. Even my late wife, she would tell you, she was like, oh, Elvis was fine.
Elvis was a bigger star than Michael Jackson. Elvis is probably
for the time frame, yeah.
Music wise, Elvis is probably the biggest ever.
You think he's big? You think he was bigger than the Beatles?
Yes.
Because what everybody always says when you're talking about Elvis and the Beatles, it's one of the two. Most people don't like both of them the same. They might like both of them, but they're gonna like one more than the other.
I'm not really that big of a fan of either one, actually, but yeah, man, you gotta give it up to Elvis. Yeah, you have to. Which is really it's funny. I mean, it's similar, but because Elvis did. He did black music.
Yeah, blues music.
Yeah, he did the music that mostly, like, I guess probably, I don't know, Little Richard or who was around before him. Chuck Berry, people like that.
Yeah.
That's the stuff Elvis done. He just brought his own vanilla flavor to it.
Yeah, kind of similar to what Johnny Cash did.
Well, somebody that's around today, and he even says it in one of his songs that he's going to do black music riskly or something. He says Eminem says it. But Eminem is kind of like, I mean, he's not the star that Elvis is, but in the hip hop genre, and like much like Elvis, who, like I said, he was doing, like, I'm pretty sure, like Chuck Berry type, like, well, in the gospel, it was Nat gospel. King Cole and stuff, and Ray Charles, it was their early stuff.
It was definitely gospel.
That was Elvis's inspirations. So he's but like I said, not near on the level. But if you really look at Eminem's career and the genre of music that he's dominated, it's very similar to what Elvis did.
It is, and arguably, Eminem's one of the best rappers to walk the face of the earth. He's Eminem in his prime, man, there wasn't anybody better than him, and that's arguably. I'm a Tupac fan when it comes to like hip hop, rap music type stuff. I think Tupac was the best, but I can say, being a musician, that Eminem was he was probably better than Tupac.
If Tupac didn't pass away in '96, would Eminem be as big as he is now?
No, because Tupac would have just ran the whole thing for a long time.
I think Eminem would have still been. I like, they've mixed that Tupac and Eminem song together. Like, man, how cool would it have been to see them two do a song together? Yeah, awesome. Tupac is like when a lot of these like these young guys that rap. I just absolutely like. I'm more the older rap generation, and what really like they call them mumble rappers and trap.
Okay.
That trap, I don't know exactly. I know I've heard Logic do it, making fun of him. He does like trap rap style in one of his songs, and then goes back to his style. But he's making fun of them, sounding like them while he's rapping.
Okay, I don't even know. I don't even know what that is.
Logic, you know who Logic is? He's a rapper. He's mixed.
Okay.
But he has a song with Eminem. It's called Homicide.
Is it a newer song?
That's like 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
But it's Eminem and Logic. It's called Homicide.
All right.
And he's making fun of like Lil Xan and all them young rap with the rainbow hair and the face tattoos and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're slamming on them so bad.
They should.
He's rapping like they rap in their music, and like because he says, what is it? He said, find another rhyme. Goddamn shit. Like I can't say exactly what he says, but yeah, they make fun of him really bad.
Huh. I'll have to listen to it to see.
I don't like none of the new rappers, none of the new rap music. I don't like Drake.
Nope.
I never heard it before. I'd heard bits and pieces of it on TikTok videos. The Kendrick Lamar song from the Super Bowl that he wasn't supposed to play. Man, it's actually not a bad song. They're not like us. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody says, "Hey, Pete or Chris, these people over here have this podcast and they're doing this thing and they're talking about this stuff," and I'm like, you know what? They're not like us. They're not like us. Dun, 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 dun. I don't like I thought it was kind of cheesy for a halftime performance, honestly, but that song is kind of catchy. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Me and the monkeys had it jamming when I was cleaning the cages over there.
that was one of the worst Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Ever.
That was terrible.
Yeah, ever.
That was absolutely terrible. But yeah, like I'm trying to other bands that I think are gimmicky. There's been others.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought Iron Maiden they could actually play. They were pretty decent. Was it Bruce Dickinson? He was for Judas Priest, right? He was singer of Judas
Is that their
Priest.
singer?
No.
I think they're touring.
I can't remember. God, they're so old. How can they be playing that kind of music? They can't tour.
I'm pretty sure they are.
They're just up on stage playing recordings. Man. No way them dudes can still play like that.
Hey, they're up there getting it, dude.
Man,
you can be old and play
those
music.
guys abused their bodies so much back then. Man, the rock stars in the 80s, like the Dirt, like the Motley Crue movie, it don't actually do any justice. Man, go look up actually what the Motley Crue song "Kickstart My Heart." Like I ain't even like just go read what it's about. What the inspiration for that song was.
Oh, I mean.
They were speedballing.
Yeah, so that's definitely some drugs for sure.
Yeah, they were like it was bad, man. Like he should not be here.
A lot of those '80s musicians that it was all about alcohol and
them dudes shot Jack Daniels.
Yeah, and I mean, man, does it not hit fast enough to just drink it? I mean, I know I can if I take 2 shots back to back, I'm drunk.
I couldn't do a shot of Jack. I couldn't swallow a whole shot of Jack Daniels. When I did my comedy show, I told the bartender, I said, do not put more than a tablespoon or I won't be able to get it down in front of all these people.
You should tell that little piece. That was a funny one, man. You trying to...
Oh, so it was really funny because I knew there was some people from Tennessee in the audience, and we was a long ass ways from Tennessee. And I was talking about music. And I was talking about the Chris Stapleton song, Tennessee Whiskey, where he says, "She's as smooth as Tennessee whiskey," and I was like, and so I asked I told the bartender, I said, when I say this, I said, go ahead, I said, but don't put more than a teaspoon. So So I said, guys, when he says Tennessee whiskey, what is he talking about? Of course, Jack Daniels. There's the dude in Tennessee. Woo! And I was like, there you go. I said, there they are. I said, that's right, Jack Daniels. It literally says it on the bottle, Tennessee whiskey. Yeah. I said, and she is smooth as Tennessee whiskey. And I stepped down and I let one of the girls that was sitting right up close, I said, are you mistaken? Is that Jack Daniels? Does that smell? And she's like, oh yeah. So I was like, okay. I said, let's just see. She's as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. We have some right here. And I did the shot and I was like, oh, I said, there's that burning in my throat. That's why I don't fucking drink. I was like, oh, I can feel it going into my chest. Oh yeah, there it is. It just got down to my stomach. Oh, that feels great. And I was like, I was like, if you have a girl and that's what you consider smooth, you need to get rid of that bitch. She got to go. If somebody introduced me to a girl, they're like, nah, man, you're gonna like her. She's smooth. She's smooth like Jack Daniels. I'll be like, who? Not interested. Like
swipe right.
Like I don't even like that analogy. Like that you would even no, never mind. No. Yeah, like I'm not a drinker, so like I just don't understand them words in that song.
So just real quick, how many shots of whiskey would it take for you before you're drunk? 2, 3? You think you can make it that far without and then start getting a little giggly and laughy?
What have I got to do a shot of?
Just keep it smooth. Some whiskey.
Can I have a fruity drink with a shot in each one?
Oh no! This is shots. Straight.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do a shot.
All right.
I probably hadn't done a shot in I've probably done less than 10 shots in my life. Wow. I mean, I've gotten drunk a few times, but if you were out hanging out by the pool and you want to mix up some strawberry daiquiris or something like that, I might drink you on the table. Maybe. I don't know. if you hook me up with a fruity drink or something, and you know what, I don't give a damn. I'm a man's man. If somebody wants to talk to me like, oh, you don't drink a beer or can't do a shot, be like, nope, I'm gonna drink this fruity drink, and I bet you won't say nothing else about it. It'd be a good time for you to shut the hell up. Yeah. Because I am and on top of this, I am drinking right now. Don't. What is that? F around and find out.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, I'm what did I used to drink when I was young? This was before when there was places remember El Cancun, restaurant on Garrison?
Yeah.
Oh man, you go there, you never need ID there. Mai Tai, brother. It's red, yellow, and orange or something. Yeah. Mai Tai.
So my cousin, whenever I was a teenager, she owned a bar. No liquor. They didn't have their liquor license. But so, anyways, I was over at my grandparents' house one day, and their bar had closed, and they had a couple of cases of Mad Dog 2020. And anybody that's at least my age, you know what Mad Dog 2020 is. Not like a malt liquor, I think. Anyways,
it's wine.
Is it wine?
It's strong wine.
Yeah.
20% wine.
So me and my friend, obviously, we went and stole 2 bottles. I don't recommend that to anybody, but we stole 2 bottles. No. It was 2 bottles each. So we
drank a whole bottle of it?
Yeah.
How old was you?
I was probably 14 or 15, and on top of that, it was hot. They had the cases sitting out at my grandparents' front door outside.
Oh my God!
And this is in Orangeburg, South Carolina, y'all, where it's 1,000,000 degrees and the humidity is way worse than anywhere in the world, I feel like. And anyways, so we took those 2 bottles and then we went and waited on the school bus to come.
I've never drank it, but I know. My God, dude! You drank a whole bottle when you was 14?
Yeah.
Mad Dog,
yeah,
2020.
And I was not a drinker either at that time.
That could potentially kill you,
dude.
I remember my friend that was 14. He drank one, and I wasn't sure he was gonna make it.
Oh, dude, we drank it before we went to school that morning. We were waiting on the school bus. We were all good to go on the school bus. Giggly, laughy, being loud. By the time we got to school, buddy, I probably threw up 2 or 3 times, and I spent the entire day in the nurse's office asleep.
You went to school drunk at 14.
Dude. Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
I mean, I don't recommend
a whole bottle of guys. I don't know if you know what Mad Dog that is. It's it's kind of like a wino drink. It's really cheap.
Yeah.
And it gets you that. One of them bottles will, man, especially somebody young. Because like I said, I never drank Mad Dog, but I've seen people drink it. I've seen grown ups drink it too. I own a painting company for over 20 years. Like, but I've seen people drink Mad Dog. Man, I had the old dude, the painter, work for me. His name was Red. He's a super cool guy, nice guy. Always did what you asked him to. No matter how much junk we was sitting around talking, running our mouths, he never even he just done his job.
Yeah.
His hand would shake, put a paintbrush in, it straightened up. But he's probably the only painter that I would let him have probably about a half a bottle of Mad Dog at break before we started. And then he'd drink the other half at lunchtime.
Oh my God.
But like he could probably knock back 4 bottles of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was just that was just knocking the edge off for him.
Oh yeah, that's probably what was helping his hand steady up.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, he was like I said, and he never acted like he never got. Man, that was his normal. But he, like I said, man, I doubt he's still around because he was pretty old then. But he was such a cool guy. But like he's one of the few, and you know how I feel about drinking, and I've always been like that. Like I would actually let him have a few sips with a Mad Dog in the morning, a few more sips at lunchtime, just to keep him leveled off.
Well, so just another drunk story, real quick, and just to throw it in there, we won't name any names, Squilliam, but so. Anyways, he's a painter. I had owned a paint company, and anyways, we had this guy come and help, and
oh gosh.
And so he didn't show up in the morning. So that it really made my brother, business partner at the time, really made him mad. So he called this guy. He's like, man, where are you at, dude? You're supposed to be here helping us. We're trying to get this job finished up. And he had told us, he's like, man, I've been out having a good time, man. He's like, I probably shouldn't be there with y'all. My brother was like, man, bring your ass up here, man. I need you to work. So we called Pete's son, and he came and brought Squilliam up there to us, and he was hammered.
I can't believe Tyler didn't call you and tell you, like, hey, this is not a good idea.
Dude, he was so hammered he could barely walk straight. And anyways, we did what we were supposed to do. We handed him a paintbrush and a bucket of paint. Dude, he's up there for a couple of hours, and he
worked for me for years. He knows how to paint.
Oh yeah, he is a good painter whenever he's good to go. But he had paint up to his wrist. He was covered in it, like he stuck his hands down in the bucket. The paintbrush was completely covered in paint. And anyways, I got mad, and I was like, dude, go clean yourself up and go lay down, man. I was like, we're gonna finish this up, blah blah blah. And this is a fancy place. It's like a lawyer's office. I think it was on maybe a Friday or something like that.
I had the columns. The columns out front.
That's right. It was columns out front with some steps. At the end of the day, a couple hours later, I'm looking around and I'm all, man, where is he? I don't want to leave him here. And so we walk outside to go take all the paint stuff to the car after we're finished, to the truck. And lo and behold, where's he at? Passed out on the steps outside at the columns at this place that, that's like lawyers and doctors' offices there. I was like, man, I could have killed him that day. I was so mad at him, man.
Yeah, I like something like that. Oh my gosh, that would I would have lost. Oh,
we didn't work him for a while after that. I remember that.
Because man, when you're in a job like that, you're like, because I did commercial work like that, but I'd also do residential, and when you're in a place like that, that's a good way to scoop up some good residential work. But yeah, if I'd have seen that, like, oh my gosh, I'd have lost my mind.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. It took everything in me to not just freak out, because I like him. He's a friend,
But guys, one of the reasons that I do, a lot of you guys know Monkey Boo and Monkey Happy and Monkey Mila, but Monkey Boo, and the reason I do that, and I decided to go that path in life, and luckily it all worked out like it was supposed to, because I was tired of babysitting painters. Man, I did that shit for a long time, and man, it's bad because I'm a 420, and that's just about as far as it goes for me.
Yeah,
that's honestly, that is as far as it goes. And when you're, I don't do, I don't, I can't, I'm allergic to most pain meds, actually. They're not going to prescribe me that stuff. It says it all almost like it's allergic to this, allergic to that.
Yeah.
But when you're around people and you can be around them for 15 minutes and tell them what drug they're on, oh, you know, like you do this or you're taking these, and they're like, they'd always be like, I mean, I could tell them like, your wife is going, you got this going home, or you're with your old lady, or you're like, and like, I don't know, one day after about cold reading like 20 painters over a couple years span, that was like their first day or whatever, and they're going, man, how does he know that about me? It's like, did he do a background on me? It's like, no, man, I've just been dealing with you dummies for so long.
Yeah, you're a painter, man. You got problems.
Like, man, like, I ain't John Edwards, man. It's just, I'm cold reading you. Like, I'm just, you say 25 words and you have basically told me your story.
Yeah, you done been around the blocks.
I've heard it so many damn times.
Yeah. But
yeah, people like that. Just, I hate it for people who have family members and stuff that's going down dark roads with drugs and stuff like that. Like, I really feel for those people.
Yeah, it sucks.
Not an issue in my family, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, you know, we all can't say the same, but you know, it is what it is. You know, hopefully everybody that has those problems gets themselves fixed up.
Yeah, if there's anybody, if you're watching this, if you got an issue with something or somebody, you know, man, like, man, it's okay to reach out to somebody. Like, this is way off topic, but for real, man, like, I wish more people would address that. That's a serious thing, and I hate to see people going through that. Then, and we'll transition into a positive note. And Chris and I are not over religious people, but I play on the church softball team. I have to go to church every week. So, like, we've done pretty good with our views for the first 2 weeks. We've done 2 episodes. And I thought this was a really positive thing. So, the message at church yesterday was about planting your seed, growing your Christianity. Well, you know, you can take what you want from that. And I was like, he talking to me today. But what I was like, because, and he said he plant your seed in a field of doubt.
Okay.
Or something like that. That was the way he worded it. And I was like, because nothing really bad. We've had no negative feedback on what we're doing here. And it's going to get better. The camera quality will get better. Everything will get better. This will improve, I promise. Because I'm definitely not stopping now. But like, there was a couple of people that I kind of felt like a little shred of doubt from. And I was like, funny. The same people that said that I would never make Monkey Boo like a household name and stuff. It's the same. Like, I've kind of picked up a little bit of doubt from the same people, and it's like, watch this.
Yeah.
Just watch. So, like, that's what you know. I was telling Ty, I was like, don't be mad. I was like, in like a year from now, 2 years from now, I was like, we're gonna be like one of the biggest podcasts there is. I know that we are. I have the utmost confidence in myself. It's all a matter of networking it, doing it right, staying committed to it. But it was like that was when I caught that like I said, literally the day before is when I kind of caught. I had, like, nobody really said, like I said, nothing negative, but I caught a little doubt, and I was like, really, you're freaking doubting me? Like, if whatever it is in life, you like these are people that know you. Like, you're, of all people, you're gonna doubt me. Okay, watch this.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it actually gave me a little, like, a new inspiration, because we had something different we were going to do today, and I was like, nah, we're going to dive into some NickleBack today. I want to know, why is it not cool to like NickleBack? Because I like them, and I'm like freaking, I'm the coolest person I know. Like, I'm trying to think who is the second coolest person in the world.
He's right next to you, dude. So,
if you're willing to take second,
I mean, you know,
like, that makes you maybe not even second if you're willing to take second. Like, you might be in top 10, Chris.
Oh, come on, top 10? I at least got to be top 3 or 4, you know? Top 3.
And we have a lot of ladies that watch. I'm trying to talk Chris into doing a top 20 hottest guys for you guys.
And I've told Pete that if he picks 10, I'll pick 10. I'm 100%
all I'm
okay
going
with
to do
my
is
sexuality.
go through from the year I was born up until current year, and I'm going to pick a different version of them. I'm going to be like 1992 me. 2006 me, 2004 me. Like I'm the only person like men are gross. Men are not attractive.
You know, I'm not going to get into this real deep, but not you picking, but if it's you against Jason Momoa, I can guarantee you that almost any woman that would be watching this is going to be like, "Oh my God, Jason Momoa, please!"
I don't even know who that is, so no, they're not.
What, man? You know who Jason Momoa is? He's that gigantic dude with muscles and long dark hair, and he's got the crazy eyes.
That just narrowed it right down.
Aquaman.
Oh, okay.
Isn't he Aquaman? I mean,
he played Aquaman. I will bet you if he wants to do a 100-meter freestyle, Aquaman, 100-meter freestyle in the pool with live streaming. I don't care who's watching it. I will bet. I will give him all 3 of my monkeys if he can beat me in a 100-meter freestyle.
He's Aquaman. Of course, he's gonna win.
I have a shark on my chest. My tattoo band is water. My armband is splashing water. Tell Aquaman, like Jason Momoa, whatever his name is. Like I've seen him. He too big. Like nah, bro. I cut through the water.
No.
Like, I promise, man. I would take everything I own, vehicle titles, everything, and just put it all like match that in cash, homie.
All right. Well, Jason Momoa, you got a challenge here for what we're talking, the 50-meter?
Oh, 50 for sure. 50 or 100, either one.
Freestyle?
Backstroke or freestyle.
Oh, okay. Backstroke or freestyle.
Oh, if his big ass wants to do the butterfly, we'll do butterfly.
Whew.
Breaststroke, any stroke you want, man. Like, no.
Jason Momoa.
I still do swim meets, U.S. Masters. He has not beaten me. I am Aquaman. Here you are. I am Aquaman. I literally have a shark. Like, you know, I have a like. You know what the story behind my shark tattoo is?
I don't.
All right, so you know there's like a card shark or a pool shark.
Yeah.
People that are good at something they can hustle you at.
Yeah.
I'm good at everything, Chris.
Oh God.
That's why I have a shark on my chest. Like
you are the shark.
I have never lacked for confidence. So
that's true.
Like that's what that shark is all about. That's why if you're like, why do you have a shark on your chest? But like, well, have you ever known anybody like a card shark or a pool shark? Somebody that's good at something. They're like, yeah, I'm like, I'm good at everything.
Well, confidence is half the battle, so at least you're halfway.
Who was it in the Aquavelva commercials or whatever? Jack Palance, he'd go, confidence is sexy.
Very true.
Man, if you like, you gotta have self-confidence. It's the key word in that, self. Self-esteem, self-confidence, whatever, any of those things, the key word in that is self. You got to believe in yourself.
You do, and that's true for lots of things in life. You know, the self-confidence. You know, if you got that, you know,
believe in yourself and surround yourself with people that you believe in.
For sure, yeah, I'm 100% with you on that. That the people that believe in you, that's just as much as self-confidence.
Chris's dad. Rest in peace, Gus. But Gus had the most. What was one of his sayings about the people you hang around with? You said it.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you hang out with dogs, you're gonna catch fleas. Or if you hang out with trash, you're gonna smell like garbage.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, my dad was great.
Those are such guys. Those are seriously, to me, that's really wise words. Like to me, like simple but wise.
Oh yeah, man, those words kept me out of so much trouble when I was a young person. You know, that it sounds stupid, but those things stick. I mean, I'm 40. I'm 41, about to be 42 here soon.
You're older than me. But continued on that. Okay.
But my dad has been saying stuff like that to me since I was a little kid, man. So you know, all that stuff sticks with me. My dad was the man, which everybody think. You know, most people probably think their parents were, you know, the best. I think my dad was the best.
Yeah. You ever had a girl say she's gonna get her dad on you?
No, but I tell you what though, when I was in high school, there was a girl that liked me in high school, and I've always been kind of picky on the women front. Yeah, and anyways, this girl, she was a good looking girl, you know, high school, and you know, she wanted to date, and I liked her. and found out that her dad was a cop, a local cop in the area, and I was like, that's kind of doing me in right there. But no, I've never had one that tried to get her dad on me. I was never that.
We won't go
bad.
into details, but it was my girlfriend in high school, and that's why I said, you know what, you're supposed to look up to your dad and stuff like that. I admire that, but don't get it twisted. Because I knew him really. I worked with him and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And when it happened, it was like it. But don't get him hit. I understand that dad thing because I have a daughter.
Yeah.
Like when the little boys in I think they had lived beside me since 8th grade. They were in 10th grade then, and I was talking to them about one of their little friends. I was like, man, y'all really got me messed up. I said, I'll go in the damn gym with the entire 10th grade, every boy in the 10th grade, and we'll lock the damn doors. That 100 gorillas versus one, I will lock the damn door. I said,
so you're the gorilla?
And it's like, are you crazy? I was like, I said, you think I ain't going to win? It's like, no. I said, let me guess, there's 2 or 3 really tough guys in the 10th grade. And it's like, oh yeah. I said, they go to sleep first.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
I said, and then everybody in the gym is going to start rethinking that. I said, because I said, like you just told me, there's 2 or 3 that think they're the baddest, they're the toughest ones. I said, they get it first.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, right off the gate, we're going to make an example out of them. And they was like, one time I had them over, I had this knife I got for Christmas one year. I called it the castrator. And, man, his dad called me laughing. They were like, because they had their little buddies that come over. Man, I knew that game. You go stay at your friend's house that lives next to a girl. Man, I know that. I invented that shit, Chris. I invented that when I was in junior high. And I knew that game, so they come over and I was like, they were up in my where my computer was upstairs, and they were saying, I don't remember, they come over to see me. They were cool kids. They were Alyssa's age, and they we'd throw ball and stuff out in the street. And I was like, man, y'all having y'all friends over. I said, I'm real protective over Alyssa. I was like, don't. I said, just because I'm cool and I throw ball and we'll play cards, with y'all let us hang out. We let y'all hang out and play cards. Don't get me messed up, man. I said, I'm still that dad you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I got a thing called the castrator knife. And they was like, really? And I was like, yeah. I said, you want to see it? And they were like, So I reached in and pulled it right out, took it out of the case, opened it up, and I was like, that thing's sharp. And I was like, look at that. I said, let me see your arm. He had that little blonde peach fuzz on his arm, and I just I shaved his arm down. And I was like, look at that boy, pulled that right arm. I said, put it off there like nothing. Yeah. I said, imagine what that dude go through your little thing. And they were both just sitting there like, oh my gosh. And I was like, like I said, but we won't never have to worry about that with anybody.
Will we?
With you or any of your friends, will we? And it was like, nah, man. His dad called me about 30 or 40 minutes later. He was like, man, you scared the out of them boys. He goes, Daddy, look what he did to my arm. He goes, that knife's so sharp. It was just a little pocket knife, but it was. I peeled the peach fuzz off his arm. But, man, that was, that's a good way to, because I couldn't really, just blatantly be an asshole out in public to show that I'm there for Alyssa.
Yeah.
But I could use my neighbors like that, and they would go, hey, man, word of mouth spread.
Oh yeah, talking about Alyssa's daddy. He's crazy. He's crazy as hell. Don't mess with Alyssa.
That was I knew what I was doing because I knew they were gonna run and tell hey man, that dude's he seriously wants to I think he wants to cut somebody like that. he's out there.
Well, I've known you for a while, and you're which most parents are, but you're protective over your kids.
Yeah.
Which rightfully so. You should be. On top of that, you have good looking spawn. Both your kids are good looking.
Man, but Ty will be 33 in July. If we were out here in my driveway shooting basketball, and a 7-year-old kid come rolling up on a bicycle and be like, "You Ty Moss?" and he threw the bike down and started coming Ty, like, "I mean, you got a problem." Even though it's a 7-year-old, I'd be like, I would still say to people oh, you want to mess with Ty? Why would you mess with Ty? I'll give you a shot at the title right now. Get the champ wants the smoke.
Yeah.
Ty ain't got to fight because I'm here.
That's right.
He's got it like that.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just that's just a kid thing. Mm-hmm. Ty's about to have a baby, 28 days or something like that. I think it is. It's real close.
Yeah.
He's going to look at life different. He's going to look back and he's going to think of a lot of times and be like, maybe Dad wasn't as much of an asshole as I thought he was.
Oh yeah.
Like he's gonna be like, now I know where he was coming from.
He will.
And hopefully he calls my daughter and tells her. Alyssa can get so mad at me. Like I have to be so careful about what I say because I'm blunt. Like that's how I was raised. If you don't keep it in, say what's on your mind.
Yeah.
Like the one person in my life that backfires the most on is definitely with my daughter. So,
yeah.
But we live and we learn. But yeah, grandson Coast is his name. He'll be here soon. This was pretty fun. It's okay to like. I was about to call him Black Snake for some reason. It's been I've been up since early. NickleBack.
NickleBack.
Black Snake. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right, like Black Snake. Cook it right. Throw it on the grill.
All the NickleBack haters out there, though. NickleBack is they're an awesome band. If you haven't listened to them, you need to go at least do a deep dive once. Check them out, especially for what Alyssa call it, divorced dad rock. So if you're divorced out there and a man, you definitely should be playing NickleBack, according to Alyssa.
Man, I don't really like that term, divorced dad rock. I feel very freaking stereotyped. Divorced dad rock. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. Divorced dad rock. That's a stereotype.
I mean, she also said, what was the divorced women music? Pink. So she didn't just hate on.
Ain't that just like angry chick rock? That's been around since Alanis Morissette.
I guess so. Pink's good though. She was her music.
Remember her, Alanis Morissette?
Oh yeah.
She was really pissed off.
Man, Jagged Little Pill.
She was angry, man. Some dude really, really did her dirty when she wrote that album.
Well, I don't think she wrote her songs. Just on a quick note, Linda Perry, I'm pretty sure, wrote her songs for her. You know, the singer from the Four Non Blondes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, whoever that's an angry girl. She been done dirty.
Oh,
she
yeah.
been cheated on and left out in the dry. Like, man, you know.
Yeah. Good stuff though. Today was a good episode.
This has been fun for sure. And we Friday we'll have, I guess, maybe some Diddy info. They're just doing jury selection right now.
I'd like to see who they're picking, because they can go back and if they don't like
I hope there's a Monkey Boo fan on the jury.
Oh,
somebody that watches
awesome.
our videos. They can't tell us nothing until after the trial, but
yeah,
man, I want that first exclusive interview after the trial, right here. We'll fly them in. Come do
another one that we, next time that we can hit on quick, just to let everybody know, we're going to be trying to find out what's going on in the Shannon Sharp stuff, because he's obviously possibly, he did something.
I don't think it's good for him at all.
I don't either. I mean, ESPN, they've already taken him off for now, right? Off of TV.
So they said till preseason, but.
Yeah, which we'll hit that maybe a little bit, and then you gonna mention the snake pig thing? We're gonna wait.
We'll close it out on. It was on a positive thing, but all right, we'll do this real quick.
All right.
If you had a choice, and leave a comment especially if you made it this far, or if you're on here now. If you had a choice, you had to go, like you were captured, held hostage to save somebody. You didn't have a choice. You were going to go. And one side, you could fall this way into a pit with 4 or 5 big pigs, wild pigs, man-eating pigs. Or on this side, we've got like a 24-foot anaconda that hadn't eaten in at least 3 months. And snakes can go several months without it, but 3 months, they're hungry. Which one are you going into?
We gonna finish it out today, or you want to talk about
go
it?
ahead, go.
Oh, all right. For me, hands down, without question, put me in there with the pigs, and let them eat me.
It's gonna be immediate for one thing.
Yeah, they're probably gonna go for the throat, I would imagine. But I mean,
they're gonna attack you immediately.
I don't want no snake mouth aiming at my face, man.
There's no way I'm doing that with a snake. Because I know the snake's going to constrict you. You can't stop it. You can try, but them snakes are at 24. I mean, I've been around like a 9 or 10 foot snake and felt how strong they are. You cannot mess with it. That snake is too strong. That's too big of a muscle.
Yeah.
But what if you still have a little bit of air in you? when it starts to slide its snake head down around your head, around your head, his mouth around your head.
I got the chills talking about it. That's disgusting.
I can't think of a worse, other than maybe to getting tied to a stake like in Texas or Florida after a lot of rain and getting eaten alive by mosquitoes over.
Oh my God.
That's pretty sadistic, huh? Like, Chris is like, where the hell did you think of that from?
No, that's left field, dude.
Hey, I know somebody, I'm not going to say no names. I bet you know who I'm talking about. Because of his size and stature, I don't think it would take but about 3 or 4 hours and they'd suck him bone dry. But anyway, no, I wouldn't actually do that. No. Just hypotheticals, just fun stuff, having fun. All right, this has been super fun. It's okay to like Nickelback again. I never really liked them that much, but I didn't never stop liking them because of somebody else's opinion. If somebody's opinion don't agree with mine, then that's just life. That's the way it is.
Yep.
And as the world turns, the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. We will see you guys on Friday, right?
That's it, Friday.
Right, and I'll have this up on Facebook. Thank you, everybody that's been sharing and liking. And leave some comments, guys. Comment on, give us some feedback on the stuff. Answer some of the stuff we talk about. Is Pink Floyd overrated? Yes.
No.
Led Zeppelin. We'll dive more into Led Zeppelin. Like, don't. The Backstreet Boys might be better than Led Zeppelin.
Oh, God. Take care of your mental health, everybody. We'll
All
see
right,
you.
see you guys.